revivalhouse.net here with a new episode of the Behind the Mask podcast. And it's pretty cool because we actually have this episode pretty close to another one. We kind of space these out pretty far out these days, but we actually recorded last night as of this taping with Riverman, and we're doing this episode as well, so they'll probably be out around the same time. But there's a special occasion because we are talking about the movie It. It finally came out. I know a lot of people have been hyped about it. Zach here. Riverman's not here tonight, unfortunately, because he's a little puss. But Zach saw the movie opening night Friday, and I just got back from it now. So
before you say anything about what you thought about it, let me just say that after, because I kind of talked about it, said I was just kind of in the middle with it last night. I'll just say that after kind of sleeping on it and thinking about it, I'm liking it a little more now than I did when I walked out.
Yeah, Zach's referring to, if you guys listen to the episode that we put out just prior to this, we briefly touched on it because Zach had just seen it. And like I said, that was yesterday in real time, and I just got back from it tonight. And you kind of gave it like a 5 or a 6, just really briefly, without going into detail. But now we're ready to go into detail. And like I said, it's really fresh in my mind. And the first thing that comes to my mind, like if you were to ask me, you're going to put a gun in my head right now and say, score it, rate it, I would say it was solid, Is it perfect? No. But the thing is I think it's more or less about how I expected it, right? Mm-hmm. It really is. It didn't shock me as far as like not surprising me on what I saw. But I will say they got the most crucial aspects of the movie right, so I can't complain. As in, the kids are great. Mm-hmm. The kids are all great. I think the kids are even better in this one.
You think so?
To be honest with you. Yeah, and I'll go into that, at least partially. And the dialogue is great, which is such a difficult part. That's a part that everybody drops the fucking ball on. And I don't care how big the movie is. It seems like they really don't give that big of a shit about horror movies when it comes to dialogue and shit. It's all about they don't care about it. They care about the jump scares, which this movie had plenty of fucking jump scares. That's kind of a ding against it. But it's a modern horror movie, so I'm just going to sound like a grouchy old man. I can only complain so much, I guess. But
well, Pennywise even seemed better whenever they kept the camera on him longer than just a couple seconds at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when they let him do stuff with it.
I think well, like I said, I was saying that, people with these movies that come out, people keep talking about how this movie's going to do a lot for the horror genre. And I think it will, but I don't really think the horror genre ever completely died down because there's always a movie that comes out like a Conjuring or an Insidious or something or a Paranormal Activity that kind of sparks a flame and we get a whole slew of like kind of jump scare horror movies, right? They just kind of keep coming. It might peter out a little bit, but it's never too long before that flame's ignited again. So I think we're going to get a lot of horror movies now. The only real good thing I could say is we'll get a lot of rated R horror movies now. Maybe that's the plus.
Maybe some more Stephen King adaptations.
Oh yeah, people are jerking him off right now. I mean, I know there's one coming to Netflix.
That was directed by Flanagan, the guy that did Oculus.
Oh, and I loved Oculus.
Yeah,
I did.
I think he's pretty good.
The movie, not to get off the beaten path too much, but a movie like Oculus, it's funny because, you look at a trailer of Oculus or you see the posters or whatever. It looks like every other fucking new age fucking horror movie that comes out. But it actually gives me hope. Like maybe I should actually dive in and watch a few more of these newer ones, not necessarily pass them off because I watched Oculus one night. I'm like, wow, I would have never sat and watched this. And it's like, it actually turned out to be pretty decent. And it wasn't a remake that I know of. It might have been like, it seems like the kind of movie that's like a remake of some Japanese fucking shit. I don't know, but it didn't seem, I don't think it was a remake or anything. I'm like,
it was based on a short that he made.
The same guy, same director?
I think so, yeah. So
I can't complain. So a movie like that, and I saw that it was like, what, a WWE movie or something?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was produced by the WWE. I'm like, holy shit. I'm glad, and it was one of those things where I'm glad I didn't know that prior, because that's another thing that would have kept me away. But I'm like, I went into it, I'm like, all right, just don't judge a book by its cover, I guess. Which that's one of those things where a brand doesn't help the movie.
Was the Undertaker in it? Was he in the mirror? We didn't know it.
No. Yeah, that's great. No, a Slater from fucking Dazed and Confused is in it. That was the only actor I knew. He was the fucking dad.
We should get Paige in there. She can let somebody jack off on her diva belt, like that sex tape that leaked. Did you see that?
I didn't look up that shit. But I heard about it. I don't know.
Jacked off.
You know, when people like hack the iCloud and all that shit or whatever goes on, all these celebrity nudes go out there. I do my best to do my due diligence and not fucking contribute to, you know, the violation of that privacy. I don't know. I try not to anyway.
Oh, I looked that shit up right away.
Because it's not the same as like if somebody looks up porn, you know, people are putting that out there. I don't know. I'm just saying this as damage control just in case like pictures of my dick get out there someday, you know. You know, never know. But anyway, so like I said, the as far as the movie they got the most crucial aspects of it right. And like I said, I mean, the kids are great and the dialogue's great. Like I was saying with horror movies, these sort of cheap dime a dozen horror movies, they don't give a shit about the dialogue. The scripts are always lazy because all they want is the scares, right? That's really all they care about for that audience. But the dialogue was good and they got Pennywise. They did him well. I mean, I enjoyed him. I thought he was just fine. You know, he played it... I think he played it as good as anybody could have, you know? I think he was just creepy enough. I think he kept a little bit of the silliness, but not too fucking Tim Curry hokey.
I could have used more silliness. Some more dark, sinister humor from him.
You think so? Well, I mean,
like,
there's always
the instances where where he shows up on the TV. Are we going to talk about spoilers or what?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we'll just say it right now. I mean, I think it should be obvious. I mean, we'll put it in the... fucking descriptions and shit, but yeah, we're gonna spoil the fuck out of it.
Yeah, let's talk about the things we didn't like about it too.
I mean, I kind of already, I don't know if it's really a complaint or if I should just hold back because I'm a grumpy old man, but it was all about jump scares, man. There was just shit tons of them, and I think most of my complaints for the movie are just the actual theater going experience. You know, not to sound like more of an old man, but I officially fucking hate going to a movie theater. I hate it. And it kind of dawned on me when I was going to this thing and I was arriving. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to see this movie on a Saturday night, opening weekend. And it was packed. And I was already trying to get my tickets, man. I was approaching 1 million obnoxious people. Everybody came with groups. And fucking some mom with a family of fucking like 4 kids and her fucking mother and everything else fucking cut me in line. Just everybody's like all panicky. Everybody wants to get a seat, right? Because they know it's going to be packed. Everybody's like cutting people. And it's just like, oh my God. You know, me, it was my benefit that I went alone. Because, you know, obviously I'm going to be able to find like a single seat, hopefully. But, you know, I got in there and I got a seat, you know, not too bad, not perfect, but it was all right. And of course, I had a lot of fun. I had one of those seats that were singled out, you know, like the wheelchair seats. And it was it was by itself. And, you know, next to it was just 2 seats, like the lover's seats or whatever, and so on. So it was perfect for me. And it was open because, you know, everybody else had friends. I'm a loser, I guess. But it was fun because I sat there and I got to watch all these crowds of people come into the theater and stop dead in their tracks because the fucking place was full. And they're like, oh, fuck. It doesn't pay to go see a movie in too big of a group. Because nobody can sit anywhere. And it was great, man. And I think, and they were on their fucking shit, man. I don't know what it is, but people were serious about, they were IDing everybody. They didn't want anybody that was underage getting in.
I heard that. Yeah, what the fuck?
Did I say that to you?
No, somebody, the person I went with, they were talking on their phone and they said that they read that people were IDing to get in the movie and stuff.
I've never seen anything like that. The usher after people bought their tickets, the ushers were IDing everybody, and it's funny because I watched the couple in front of me. They were teenagers, and you know, probably high school students. Neither one of them had their ID, and they got turned away.
Like after they were already inside the movie.
You buy the ticket, then you give your ticket to the usher, right, to get in.
Okay.
And that's the guy that was IDing people. And this couple, they kind of got turned away. But then after I like got in, because I'm an old fuck. I mean, they're like, you know, I didn't have to they didn't make me show my ID for some reason. Because he asked me for my ID. I'm like, bro, I'm 31. He's like, okay. I'm like, give me a fucking break.
So for people going, just don't shave and stuff. And just, if they ask you to be like, bro, I'm 31. Bro, my work.
Well, it's like the person taking your ticket is like a fucking 16-year-old kid himself. I'm like, you know, they're easy to intimidate. Like, bro, come on, seriously. Yeah. I don't take my wallet in the movie because it's uncomfortable, so I left it in the car. Regardless, it's no big deal. But these kids, they got turned away because they didn't quite look, you know, they looked questionable. But they were IDing everybody, and And as soon as I got through and I hung a right to use the restroom, I saw the dude of the couple and he had snuck in. He just like ran past her and then left his fucking girl behind. So I don't know if they ended up sneaking in. But anyway, to go one further, then they had an extra person in front of the theater door again.
What the fuck?
And they were checking tickets again. You had to show your tickets a multiple of times. And they were checking again and they straight up said, we're making sure nobody sneaks in and they don't want any underage kids sneaking in.
This wasn't like the most violent fucking movie ever.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, man. Probably because it was so high profile and it was going to do big numbers, right? And it's a horror movie because it is. I think it's like busting records as far as like an R-rated movie, especially.
So it's probably more like they don't want people sneaking in because they want like accurate numbers for the box office and shit like that too.
No, because they were really on it for kids, especially for kids and people underage. But and also they told me, even though nobody fucking stopped me after, but they told me, they were telling people in front of me and me as we were going into the actual theater room, hold on to your tickets because they're gonna make sure and check people coming out too to make sure nobody fucking snuck in.
Well, I already fucking watched it, bitch. What are you gonna do now?
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't back that part up, but it was like crazy. I'm like, what is this? It was like 3 security checkpoints.
When I went, it was nothing like that. I went like one of the first showings Friday morning.
I wish I could have. I decided to sleep in and I went 6:15 p.m. on a Saturday night. So, and it was packed. And I only imagine the show after mine, there was a 6:50. I'm sure there was a 7:30. Those are probably even more packed, right?
Mm-hmm.
If possible. I mean, because mine were full, but I don't know.
All right, let's talk about what we didn't like about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was talking about the theater experience for the longest time. Well, I'll let you start, man, because I've been talking up a storm.
Or should we start with things we did like first?
Well, I mean, I kind of already said things I liked about it, so maybe we should continue that first.
My first one, like my main not like for it was just the typical shit like CGI.
You're going to the not like? Well, I thought you said we were going to do the like first.
Well, my first one is kind of a not like and a like. Because I appreciated that like they decided to do it like, oh yeah, this is in real time. They're not like, there's not flashbacks. It's just kind of happening, Yeah. But now that I've seen it done like that, I can say I like the other way better. The way it was done in the miniseries and in the book.
I acknowledge though that that wouldn't have worked the way they want to do it. That works for a book and a miniseries because you get to watch part 2 like immediately after. Mm-hmm. But they're spacing out at a 2. They're making a sequel out of it. So it's like, how do you do that cliffhanger? It just doesn't work as well.
I get it. I think that's a big part of why the story worked as good as it did is the way it's told. Mm-hmm. Like, a crazy, like, heinous murder happens. And in the book, it was more extravagant, if I remember right. But, like, then you get a guy show up. He looks like he's, I'm not surprised this happened. It's like, what the fuck's going on? And then he goes home and he calls his buddy. He's like, it's back. Don't forget your promise. And then you're intrigued, man. You're like, I got to know what the fuck is going on here.
I agree with you. It's way more clever. I like the format.
Like how scared they all get whenever they hear the news, and then kind of you slowly see what it is they're so afraid of.
Yeah. No, I dig it too, man. The only thing is, though, if they were going to split it into 2 movies like they already said they were going to do, it's simpler to do it the way they did in real time. Because if they're trying to convolute with the adults and the flashbacks into the kids and the whole thing, and then it doesn't work the same. You can't end. Well, I guess you could. I don't know. I mean, you could end on the cliffhanger of fucking the Jew in the bathtub that slit his wrists. But we can't just tune in next week to get the conclusion. You got to wait a whole fucking year or 2.
Yeah, that's funny. Like, we just did the old ones, and like you're like, yeah, the Jewish guy. I'm like, which one's the Jewish guy? And in this movie, they made sure you know exactly who the Jewish kid is.
They did a good job on, I didn't have to ask any questions. I mean, they didn't necessarily introduce everybody by name, but if you watch the old miniseries like we have, or if you read the book, you know who to look out for. And if we at least had that knowledge, I had no problem, wondering who was who. He's
introduced wearing a yarmulke and he's getting ready for his fucking bar mitzvah or whatever it is.
He's the son of a fucking rabbi. I knew straight away who Richie was. It was the kid cracking jokes nonstop, which in this movie, Richie's actually funny. In the fucking other one, maybe it's because it takes place in the 50s or whatever, but he's not funny. Seth Green's not funny. God knows Harry Anderson when he's an adult wasn't fucking funny.
Did you notice who the kid was?
Yeah, the Stranger Things fucking brat, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was funny though. I liked the dialogue. They were all good singers.
He was good.
It seemed like there was equal part laughing in this movie. And but I don't think it necessarily took away from the scariness, I guess. Or, I didn't get scared. I don't get scared easy though. I'm kind of a jaded adult. Like I've seen it all. So never, but everybody in the movie theater was getting scared. Like every fucking jump scare, everything happening, people were jumping, screaming. The most entertaining fucking aspect for the most enjoyable part of the whole experience for me was right next to me was a mother who brought her 5-year-old daughter. And I'm just watching this little girl the whole time, and she's fucking covering her eyes the whole movie, and she's fucking screaming. I'm just like loving the hell out of it. Like it was way entertaining. But I wasn't jumping by anything. I know I come off like that fucking cynic. Like, look at this guy, not impressed. No, I'm just watching it. Doesn't mean I don't like it.
Yeah, that always helps it out for me too. Sometimes in the theater when you see like younger kids, because like being an adult, sometimes it's more fun to watch how the kids are reacting since you were a kid when the original came out. Yeah,
because when I saw the kid next to me and I was kind of watching her the whole movie and her reacting and screaming and making noises and covering her eyes the whole time, it put things into perspective. I'm like, oh yeah, it reminded me. If I was seeing this movie, this movie that I saw tonight, when I was 5, it probably would have fucked with me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to look at it through a kid's eyes. But yeah, this movie would, if the fucking Tim Curry, fucked with me when I was a little kid, this movie would have, because the Tim Curry movie's fucking nothing. It's just stupid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in a good way, but so I try and I'm not a total cynic. I get it. But, and of course, man, I hate movies on opening night. I got to tell you though, there's always, the people smacking on their popcorn, eating, everybody's talking, everybody's loud. It kind of annoys me, but the worst thing and then of course it's packed, so you have everybody getting up during the movie, walking across the screen. It just fucking takes you out of it. But the worst thing are the narrators. That's the worst. Because you remember in this movie how they would have like time lapses, like I think the opening scene with Georgie, which by the way, obviously they just go right into the Georgie scene for the opening scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where I think that was the second scene in the original movie after the present day, and then they go into the Georgie.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only thing about this movie that was almost tit for tat the same, by the way, was the Georgie scene.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
They kept that almost identical. The dialogue was slightly altered, but man, the actions and everything else. And when I saw that as the opening scene, I got scared for a second. I'm like, man, is this really going to be a play-by-play? Like shot for shot, please.
And it wasn't.
I was relieved. I was relieved that it wasn't. So,
and they could have done that. Like the miniseries followed the book pretty close, so they could have just fucking did a shot for shot remake.
But you know how the movie starts out like September 1968, the Georgie thing, right?
Yeah.
And then after Georgie dies, it goes to be a year later, like October 1989. Sorry, 88 to 89. Anyway, when after the Georgie thing happened and it pops up October 1989, there's somebody that goes, oh, October 89, right behind me. I'm like, yeah, I can fucking read. And then that it's just like there's always the narrators, and that same person at the end of the movie when they find Pennywise's lair, and because the whole movie they're beaten dead, the whole fucking we all float down here, they all float, you'll float too, that that whole theme. And then when they stumble across his fucking lair, and then it pans, and the big surprise is they see all the missing kids floating.
Yeah, they kind of
when they show
that make sense.
When they show that, literally the fucking asshole behind me goes, oh, they float too. Like, yeah, dude.
Was it fucking Corey Feldman? Like, sitting there watching.
Swallowed a frog. Hope it was an ancestor.
Yeah.
But it blew me away. I'm like, it's a huge epiphany to this fucking asshole behind me, right? Like, yeah, I think it's pretty spelled out for us. We get it. They're floating.
That's funny too, because when we watched the miniseries, we were like, what does he mean we float? When does that ever pay off?
They never elaborate on it in the miniseries at all. You just think it's you just think it's a play off what Georgie said, right?
Yeah, when he finds them like down there, they're all in the spider web, so they're not floating. Maybe that was changed for the low budget or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just so funny, like, to have that guy, and I just want to turn around behind. I want to slap him. I'm that cynic. I'm like, hey, yeah, we fucking get it. You want to shut the fuck up now?
I
It's
didn't
like,
have
seriously.
anything like that when I watched
Oh, it drives me. Well, it was packed though. You went at a matinee, but
Yeah, there's no kid there either.
and then of course though, you had everybody and their mom saying, "Oh no," to the black kid having to kill the cattle or whatever, and fucking Bauer fucking having to trying to shoot the cat.
Yeah, that's one good thing. The kid that played Bauer was really good in this, I thought.
Yeah, I liked him. I liked the change of scenery and the change of period. I liked it being in the late 80s.
Yeah, the fucking mullet.
It was great, man. The kid sporting the Anthrax shirt and the Metallica shirt. And like a big budget movie, it had like the soundtrack, right? They played Antisocial by Anthrax and they played like a couple of other songs of the era. A lot of horror movies don't do that, right? I like movies to be, I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I mean,
That was actually kind of one of my gripes about it, is I think we needed more of that. Like, we needed more scenes of them just having fun and being kids before the shit started happening.
you got that when they all of a sudden started cleaning the bathroom really awkwardly.
Yeah,
We can't leave it here. And then they play the they're fucking dancing and singing and all clean. Like, they're worried that Beverly's father's going to get home. So what are we going to do? We're going to clean up this impossible mess that fucking 4 or 5 kids could never really clean up.
I would have just left it there. Like, oh, well, my dad can't see it anyway.
Dude, it came out spotless and it was all over the fucking ceiling. Like, all they had was rags. Like, how did you guys get all this up?
Mhm.
It's so fucking dumb.
But that was in the old one too, wasn't it?
But they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't have such a big fucking mess to clean up.
No, it was like, yeah, we'll just clean it up. It was like next scene. The whole fucking walls were painted, the ceiling were painted in this one.
Yeah, that's one of the things that is similar to the old one too. That's kind of the only It or Pennywise experience or encounter that's like the old one is Beverly, aka redheaded Ellen Page in the sink.
Oh, you think she was like Ellen Page? I don't think so. Well, speaking of similarities, what the fuck is the fat kid, fat boy, egg boy, whatever he called him? He didn't have anything going on for him. They ignored his whole, like, in the original miniseries, he didn't have a father. And Pennywise played on the fear and shit with his dead father and his mother, and he was they gave him no background. They just basically said, "Oh, I'm a new kid."
That was one of my gripes about it. I kind of walked out thinking, like, the kids, they were pretty good, but the fat kid was kind of spotty. And then I kind of thought later that, well, he was
a punchline. He was a punchline.
They didn't give him much to do. Yeah.
No, he was a punchline. They had the Beverly thing, and another thing too is, like, it really seems like, I don't know, Bill and fucking Beverly are going to be hot to trot. It didn't seem like they ever hooked up, I don't know, but she just didn't give a shit about the fat kid's feelings, even though she realized for some reason the whole Cinderella thing or the Sleeping Beauty thing, and he kissed her, that woke her up. I don't get that.
I didn't think that was going to work. I was like, there was a split second where he kisses her and it kind of didn't work, and I kind of chuckled, but then she wakes up.
Yeah, it seemed like comic relief, like it was funny.
Yeah, and then it actually works. It's like, oh.
And was that in the book? Because that's the only way I could say that is not dumb, I guess, if it was in the book. But it's just
I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember Beverly ever getting kidnapped by him. I think that was something added.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. Because she's supposed to fuck him down there.
Yeah.
They're supposed to get lost in the caverns down there in the sewers, and they can't get out after they defeat it. And she fucks them. It's after they defeat the clown.
Did it happen in the sewer? I thought it was before they went to fight him.
No, so this is the way I recall. In the book, after they defeat it in the sewers, after he's done and everything, they have to get out of the sewers, and it's like a maze. And they start going at each other's throats, and they're getting frustrated because they're lost. And Beverly can sense that they're dividing, and they have to be able to stick together to get out of there. So she fucks all of them, which kind of goes against the whole thing of them calling her a whore the whole movie, which I'm sure they added in. I don't know if that was in the book.
Yeah, I think she was more like she was in the miniseries in the book.
Yeah, timid and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I like the changes. I thought she was a good character.
Yeah, they made her a stronger character, and that whole thing where that's why you couldn't kill Beverly because she wasn't scared of you. I'm like, did they lay that on heavy that she didn't fear him, and that's why she couldn't kill it?
There was a scene where she kind of seemed to acknowledge that her fear is what is giving him power.
Kind of got brushed over. But kind of what you said, where you don't think there was enough buildup of the kids being kids.
I think we needed some scenes of them in the theater like we did in the old one. Like maybe they're watching fucking Nightmare on Elm Street 5.
Yeah, the same thing. There was no theater. There was no Bauer, like, establishment of Bauer picking on them just as regular kids too much. Just being regular kids. They really jump right into it, which I guess could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on who you ask. But because of that, did it not seem like the whole movie, did it not just seem like a series of events? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for a fast pace. And I'm not saying I want it to be a slow burn movie where you never see the clown, you never see anything happen. But it seems like, okay, scene 1, Georgie. Scene 2, it's going to go after the black kid. Scene 3, it's going to show himself to the fat kid. It's just every scene, it kind of got a little like predictable, like.
Yeah, it was. It was just kind of like
thrown together.
They had these beats, and they had them like, okay, we gotta do this, and it just happened really quick.
Yeah, like they even rushed them getting together. Like if you noticed, almost all the kids were already friends. Mm-hmm. They were already established friends in school and everything else. They just had to have the run in with the fat kid. That was kind of the same, right? Bauer chasing him, falling down the hill, and like that, they're best friends. And Beverly, other than that, they just were already kind of established. I don't know how I feel about that. It just seemed like it was very fast paced and, rushed or whatever.
And then the same thing kind of happens with the black kid too.
Yeah, the black kid was really shoehorned. And he kind of seemed a little shoehorned in. I don't know.
He kind of was in the original too, though. He kind of came
But
later.
he was the catalyst because at the start of the movie, he's telling the story. He's regrouping everybody. He's the one that stayed in Derry. So like, because they did it like that, the storytelling, the format, the past, the future type thing, it worked. In this one, we're not going to see that till the sequel. So in this one, it seemed a little shallow. But
that was whenever the kid falls and he sees Pennywise eating the hand and he uses the hand to wave at him.
Yeah.
I could have used more stuff like that. That kind of funny.
That was funny. But I mean, I liked the humor of it. I liked the rock battle. That was funny when he shouted Rock War, and all that shit was funny. I like, they didn't necessarily have to acknowledge Belch's name Belch. They just had him burp once. Like, okay, I guess that's Belch.
I didn't even notice it. I noticed his name was still Belch in the IMDb, and I guess I just missed it.
When he first came on screen the first time, when they're leaving school, he belches in his face.
And he's kind of a chubby kid.
And he was saying, "Look at all this
picking
fat."
on the one kid.
Yeah. Oh, but I like how Bauer actually was cutting his fucking meat, cutting his stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And was that in the book too, where Bauer killed his father? Because they kind of changed all that shit in the miniseries. Bauer goes down there with the deadlights and all that shit, and then he goes crazy, and he grows to be an old man. In this one, he attacks Bauer right away and gets in his mind, and he fucking makes him kill his father, which is pretty cool, I guess. But
that scene was good, yeah, where the TV came on, and it told him to kill him, and you saw Pennywise in the audience.
Yeah, are we to believe that Bauer died when he got thrown down that well?
He could have lived, I guess.
But it was so dark, I didn't see what happened because he like got pushed down the well by the black kid, Mike. Sorry, I'm not trying to call him the black kid. I can't just. Sometimes it's hard to get all their names straight.
It's hard to remember the names. Yeah, sometimes I don't like calling them the fat kid either.
I know. It's just sometimes. It's really tough. I can't. I can. Yeah. I would just like stutter every time I had to stop and say a name. But anyway, so when Bauer gets knocked down the well, I'm thinking, okay, the rest of the loser club is at the bottom of the well, but how come he doesn't land on the ground? He like falls further down. Did they like not go all the way down? They must not have.
Yeah, maybe they were on. Yeah, they were on like a ledge, like mid pipe.
Okay, because then Bauer fell. How is he going to survive? And if that's the case, are they really just going to leave it like that? Like if that's the case, his character is a bit more disposable. It's like, wow, that's it, huh?
Maybe one of his buddies are gonna kind of take on his role.
Well, Belch is the only one that lived. There was the third guy.
Yeah,
the third guy died at the beginning because he went in the sewers or whatever. And I don't know. Who knows? They might just totally get rid of them in the second one. I mean, maybe they're not necessary, but
yeah, I guess the second one's gonna dive into Pennywise's origin stuff. Maybe we'll get some of that.
The mystic element, the otherworldly element.
Yeah, that's kind of what they should do too, because they're gonna have less to work with in the second part. Since they kind of killed off Bauer, if they did, and stuff like that.
Yeah. I liked the Easter eggs and the little nods to his origin in this one, how they, they had Sorry, the fat kid, doing the research, has no friends. It was a little bit more like forced in the miniseries. The black kid just happened to have a book. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, everybody else look at this book that
I guess it's kind of the same in this too, but it kind of makes sense because in the book, before or after every chapter, there's kind of a little like it's set up like it's an old dairy newspaper, and it's kind of giving you some backstory.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense for him to find it and stuff.
I don't understand the logic of the Pennywise monster, because if his thing is emerging every 27 years, which, by the way, I don't remember if that's the way it was in the book, every 27 years, because it probably was, because in the miniseries, they kept it simple and said 30, right? But it makes sense. It's like just this otherworldly creature doesn't necessarily keep time like we do, right? 27 years might be a round number for him. It's like in Coneheads, 7 Zerls, but that he should be from Remulac, dude. That'd be funny, like a crossover. Remulac. But
he kind of does have a big like forehead.
Yeah,
maybe he's hiding it underneath.
I really did. I like the more, something they didn't do in the miniseries at all was the fact they lived in that house that was connected to the well. Mm-hmm. I mean, at first I thought the main showdown was going to be in the house, but it was in the house and then the sewer. But the whole house scene was cool. That whole thing was really neat. I liked that a lot. There might have been portions of the movie and segments of the movie that I think were, I get it, Richie's the funny kid. I think I don't know, sometimes it seemed like, do you think there's humor placed in the wrong places? Or do you think it was always pretty well done?
It worked for me. I didn't really think.
I think it worked, but what I guess I need to suspend disbelief for a minute, because it worked. Like, it was funny. The timing of it was great. Like when after they defeated it in the house, they should all be really shaken up. And then you got fucking Richie that's going to snap Eddie Spaghetti's arm back in, and that whole thing was funny. But
yeah,
I don't know. Just moments like,
they never even call him Eddie Spaghetti.
They never call him Eddie Spaghetti. But just sometimes Richie would say like one-liners when I think he probably in real life would have been scared and dropped the fucking gimmick a little bit. But it was funny. But I mean, I was just saying. But I don't know, man. The CGI. We're always going to complain about that. But I think it wasn't too hardcore, which is fine. But at the beginning, they had it at the very beginning with the Georgie. I think that scene could have been just as effective had they just had they showed him open his mouth and show his crazy teeth, and then it pan away and show his arm get ripped off, and then just show Georgie with no arm like they did. They don't have to show him bite on his fucking hand like that.
Yeah, even that was less than just, we were talking about during the miniseries that like, oh man, we pointed out like, oh, they just got him in the manhole there. That's funny. But in this movie, it's like, you can tell he's not really in the manhole. Like, you could tell he's just in front of a green screen that they digitally painted black to look like shadow behind him, and then just kind of superimposed him on this spot on the screen. And then they got some CG eyes on him to make him like glow more. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to use the contact lenses anymore. But it made me think of like the Pee-wee's Big Adventure scene.
Oh, the eye in the forest.
Yeah, like, and then they got CG on his face for the lips and stuff. It looks good on a picture, but like whenever it's moving, you can kind of tell, and it kind of takes you out a little bit.
Yeah,
at least me.
I just think they could have did that whole scene. I think they could have just panned away and edited it a little different. We didn't have to see that cartoon CGI mouth actually make contact with his arm. They could have did without that. He could have showed his fucking teeth. They could have kept that practical and then panned away and showed the arm get ripped off, and it would have been just as cool. Because when you see a CGI creature, man, it just fucking, I don't know. It really takes you out of it. It's like, but yeah.
The CGI looked the weirdest for me in the sewer when he's gnawing on the Jewish kid's face. I forget his name again.
Oh, yeah.
But then when they shine the light at him and he kind of takes his mouth off, and it kind of looked really cartoony.
Yeah, I mean, there was.
I like that, though, that the dead lights were in his throat whenever he opened his mouth real far.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all cool. And I'm trying to think, but yeah, you talk about the aesthetic of it, and that's just one of those things. It's just like the jump scares, man. It's just one of those things I kind of maybe have to accept. We're in a digital age. It has that digital look that all the new horror movies look, where they want to look. They're all dark, super dark paletted. The colors are real dark and dim and very digital looking. And you mentioned like the green screen, everything's very digital looking. I mean, we're never going to get the grain back. We're never going to get, shit that's cut to tape anymore. But I I don't know. So I guess I just have to accept that. But this movie looks a lot like The Conjuring. It looks a lot like Annabelle. It looks a lot, they all kind of have that fucking look. But, when you watch the miniseries, not to be that guy that's like, oh, they don't make it like they used to. When you watch that miniseries, like you said, that's Tim Curry in the fucking sewer. It's like Tim.
I mean, they could have faked it. I mean, maybe it's on a soundstage. There's some AstroTurf. Maybe he's not literally in a sewer, but it looked good and it looked like he was.
It looked legit.
It was just practical, It was all in front of the camera. Nothing was like.
But I think in 2017, that's a nitpick. I mean, I just kind of have to roll with that and accept it. But I don't know, man. Like, what do you give it as far as ratings? I think you said yesterday a 5 or a 6. That was at your first impression. Me, I came out of it. It was about what I thought it was going to be. It was solid. I might give it a 7. I don't. I'm curious to know if I'm going to be able to rewatch it, because I will when it comes out. I'm curious to know, like, hey, is this going to live up? Is this going to be a movie that I'm going to be able to pop in and watch more? Because that'll be the true test. Is it going to be one of these movies that we're talking about? What are we going to pull out every Halloween like we did on the last podcast? So
my last kind of gripe about it was the It encounters themselves. They just I didn't like that scene with the fucking picture in the church or wherever he was. I think that could have had some setup to it because we've all kind of had that. Like maybe we've had that room in our house as a kid that had a picture of it that it looked like the eyes followed you or something.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe just like a scene where he's kind of explaining that to his friends, like, "Oh, I'm afraid to go in there because there's this fucking picture there."
You're right. There's no build up. It was just really, and I get it. It's tough. It's tough to have that build up, but also have it not drag. But that's where your job.
Yeah, the movie's already 2 hours long.
It's 2 hours and 10 minutes, I think, is what it was.
15 minutes.
Okay, but I get it. Like, I get it. That could be a tough balance to give that explanation, give that build up, but also have it not drag. But that's where your job as a filmmaker comes in. So maybe them just sort of speeding it up and really kind of like going for it like they did. Maybe that was kind of the easy route to take. I don't know, but I agree with you, man. And like I said, I don't. The fat kid, nothing. The black kid got more background. He talked about his parents, right? Because in the miniseries, he had no background. We don't even know where he came from. He don't mention his parents or nothing.
Yeah.
This one, he works at the slaughterhouse, whatever the hell it is. We assume his grandfather adopted him. He goes into a spiel about his parents burning in a house, yada yada, and it's just like. First of all, I'm sorry. Was the house where was that the same house where he said burned down?
No, it was some other house.
Okay. See, he got more, and the fat kid got nothing. They figured, okay, him having a crush on Beverly's enough, and him writing that faggy poem. All right.
That's the thing. Like Riverman was like, oh, is the scene with Pennywise and the marsh or whatever it was in there? And the answer is no, it wasn't. But stuff like that could have been in there. Like using his dad as a way to fuck with him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they just left him out. Because obviously, Bill had the Georgie thing going on. I like that, he didn't have a mother, but I like that scene with his father. That was pretty, it was enough. And obviously, he's kind of the star because they kind of hammer the Georgie thing throughout the whole thing. Beverly, we got enough. We got about as much as we did in the original. Maybe the father was laying on the creep factor just a little bit more.
Yeah, it's more implied that he was molesting her.
Yeah, they just implied, the whole like daddy's little girl and he had her on the floor. Oh, yeah. See, that was just enough. Like they didn't really have to go any further than that. Richie didn't have any background at all. I know he didn't. In the original one, they make it pretty clear. Obviously, I think what maybe the background was kind of given the fact that they had the future in the past. They had the future Richie, and we knew he was a comedian, right? So maybe that also helped in the fact that we didn't have that. So I don't really have a problem with that because in the original one, we just knew he was a comedian. We knew he was the class clown because we saw the future and he was actually a professional comic. And he's kind of acts like the class clown, the bow tie and all that stupid shit. This one was probably enough. I mean, he was obviously the class clown because he was funny and witty, but it was more of a dirty witty. I buy that. That's good enough. But yeah, they really just kind of cut out the fat kid, man. All right, great. But yeah, I don't know. What if they would have added his shit too? It probably would have been too much because it was nothing but a sequence of scenes. Like, okay, here's what happened to this kid. Here's what happened to this kid. It was almost a little too much, man. But like, I wasn't scared of the fucking clown because they were showing him so fucking much, to be honest with you. Like, and they were showing different shit every scene. There was none of those scenes. There was no scene of Bill and Mike riding silver like fags. And the music playing. Pardon my French. Those weird scenes.
Your cases.
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there was none of that. Or the scene where they all kind of get together and they build the dam. Right? Because that was a really good scene. And it didn't drag down the miniseries. It didn't bog it down. It just broke up the monotony a little bit. And it was just a ray of light in everything. And then, of course, it doesn't last long. It lasts a minute. And then that's when you have the cops saying, oh, mind your curfew. You got to get out of here. And then it goes right back into it. It was good.
We did give it a pass because like, oh yeah, this is no, I gave it a pass because I said it's already 2 hours, and because I was saying like we should have got more build up and more scenes of them just being kids, but the original miniseries kind of did it, and it was shorter than this one, the first part.
Yeah, and not to mention they were juggling more. They had back and forth of the adults and the kids in the first half.
Yeah,
they did a little more with a little bit less time when you think about it. But
what if they try to get 3 movies out of this?
That'd be stupid.
That'd be stretching it way too thin.
Yeah, it would be.
Like the second movie is just them meeting for the first time, and the third movie is them going to fight him again.
But I think it's going to be one of these things where, obviously once we see Chapter 2, as they're calling it, maybe we'll be able to look at the whole project as an entire piece, and we can judge it a little better. So they have that going for them, right? So, I mean, I liked it enough to go see the second one. Did they say when the second one's going to come out?
I don't know. I don't know if they already wrote it and filmed it, or it's going to kind of suck because we're not going to get these same kids we just got to know.
I know, because they're not doing the back and forth thing. That does suck because they have to get a good cast. We have to kind of like, lack of a better term, fall in love with these adult characters enough to where we don't miss the young characters, because I really do like the young characters, and I liked.
Yeah, they might have something. Maybe they'll flash back to a couple things they did. Maybe we'll get some of that just having fun being kids in the second
They're
one.
not as far along as you maybe think they are. Like, you're saying, oh, they already got it written and or maybe they already taped, filmed it. What the fuck? Filmed it. Because like I heard the director mention that, his time's pretty much going to be committed to it too, as if, he's still got a lot of work to do. And they haven't mentioned anything with casting. So I think it's going to be a couple of years, but they made this one really fast. It feels like this one got made really fast. Like they started the hype train a little over a year ago, and it's already out.
I mean, if you ignore all the because the movie was kind of in limbo for a while. Yeah, that was the thing too. Is we were talking about like the dialogue was real good. The guy that did True Detective, which is just a show about 2 guys sitting around talking,
he still got a screenplay credit.
Yeah, so he helped write. I don't know if he's going to help write the second one because he did kind of part on bad terms, I guess, because he was originally going to direct it too, but I guess there was some kind of creative differences.
I don't imagine he'll be back because I mean that I know for a fact it's got to be like he was hired to direct and write it, and he did. He was writing the script and he was going to direct it, and then he walked, but they kept the bulk of his script and therefore still had to give him a screenwriting credit, right? So I don't imagine he's going to be back. But I hope so. I mean, because it's really a tough thing to have such good dialogue with young actors. So that was really cool. So hopefully it won't be so, as much of a hard feat in the sequel with adults. But I hope they cast the adults well. And since this movie is going to be a smash hit, do you think they're going to get they're going to have A-list buying power to get some big names in there, or do you think they're going to keep it relatively unknown? I hope they don't fuck up the casting.
Yeah, I'd rather them go unknown. Just find some good actors, actors.
But now that the movie's fucking huge, man, it's going to command some pull because like if they haven't done the casting process yet, and it's like, well, now we got the clout. Like, oh yeah, you guys, they can probably command a little more. The budget will be a little higher, and et cetera, et cetera. All of a sudden, the fucking Pennywise is now played by Johnny Depp, and we're just supposed to not know it. Like, what? It just kind of gets slipped in there.
He's just talking like this.
Which, by the way, really quick to end it, I was watching the trailers for this movie. Every fucking movie was either lame, a hashed up idea, or some remake. And that fucking, what was it, Friend Request? Did you?
I didn't see that one. I saw one where it was like a slasher movie, but it was like Final Destination where she kept like reliving it.
Oh yeah,
or seeing it before it happened.
Yeah, that one too. I saw that one.
But then at the end of it, it said, "Oh yeah, rated PG-13." I was like, "You can't make a slasher movie rated PG-13."
But all they did was mix Groundhog Day with Final Destination.
Yeah, I actually thought it was another Final Destination movie. Like a little bit into the trailer when it showed it.
I couldn't get behind it. I was kind of just like fucking rolling my eyes a little bit. I'm like, I get it. Maybe they're trying here, but it's cool to be influenced by things. I mean, we have movies all the time. We have fucking arts influenced art all over the place. You know, you like a game like Silent Hill 2. Those games were influenced by fucking Jacob's Ladder, which in turn influenced stuff like Twin Peaks. So it's, you know,
there was even a Norman Bates reference in the first Silent Hill.
Yeah.
The Bates
so
Motel.
I'm not complaining about that, but this movie, literally, it was too much. Like, even down to the trailer, living the same day over again. And there's that scene where she's like, car honk, alarm. You know, she knows. It's just like, this is just like fucking Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day mixed with Final Destination. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't go see it. I'd probably watch it if it was on Netflix or something. What was the friend request one you said?
Oh my God. It was a stupid modern day. It looked like shit. It was a Facebook movie. And yes, there's this girl, and there's this new kid in school. Kid in school is not popular. They pretty much rip off the South Park thing, the Friends.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And the new girl sends her a request, and she becomes obsessed with her. And then it's her only friend. She has no friends, and then she deletes her. And then she gets obsessed. Oh, you deleted me. I thought we were friends. Just like South Park. It's the same fucking South. You see that South Park episode?
Yeah, dude. It follows. They really missed the boat. They could have made that a Twitter-based horror movie.
Yeah. But have you been waiting for that one?
I think I said that while we were watching.
Yeah, I think you have. I think you have. But anyway, and when she unfollows her, she commits suicide the next day.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, she's like haunting her via social media.
Oh, so it's kind of like that one movie too, with the fucking Skype movie or whatever it was.
It was called Unfollowed. What's it called? Unfollowed?
Something like that.
Some other stupid thing. Yes, it was stupid. And the whole movie, it's like these actors are trying to act serious and dramatic, and I can't take it seriously. Like the daughter's she's like on her laptop in front of the stairs, and her mom's like, why are you posting this to your wall? I'm not posting it. It's not me. And the fucking ghost girl's like posting fucking status updates and videos and shit, and she's like crying and shit. And it's supposed to be like super serious. I'm like, this is the dumbest fucking shit I've ever seen. How is this stuff getting greenlit?
It's getting greenlit because they know kids are stupid and they'll watch it. Like, they like Facebook.
Yeah, it's just, and they can relate to it. Yeah. It's like, it's just, I don't want to see it. I get it. Technology and the times are always going to be influenced, you know, in pop culture. But I don't want to see a movie that's just too, call me old school. I don't want to see too much of that shit. I can deal with cell phones, right? Yeah. I get it.
Did yours have the trailer for Jigsaw?
No, it did not.
Yeah, mine did.
And great.
Mother.
Yeah, there was a trailer for a movie called Mom, and then the next trailer was for Mother. Like,
I'm kind of interested in Mother.
I don't like Jennifer Lawrence. I like enough of Darren Aronofsky's movies, but I don't like all of his movies, so I can pass on it. I just can't I don't like Jennifer Lawrence. I don't at all. I kind of like how the trailer was very cryptic and it didn't show much and it was really nothing, but I don't like Jennifer Lawrence. So
it was one of those, you gotta watch this movies. You'll always remember the first time you watched Mother.
Yeah, no. So now we officially have like I said, I watched a movie called Mom. It was a trailer of Mom. It was like a Bollywood movie, Mom. And then the next one they play with Mother. So we're going to live in a world where we have Mom, Mother, and Mama.
And Mommy. There's a movie called Mommy.
Mommy, it's just like we should have a momsploitation and just watch all those fucking movies. But it's so stupid. No, but the movies that I liked of Darren Aronofsky's, I really liked, but I don't like all of them. Like I don't like Requiem for a Dream. I don't like it.
I didn't like it either.
It's just it was too artsy for my taste, and it was nothing but drug scenes, and it was just like I don't like this. It made me feel kind of dirty. I mean, maybe that was the intention of it. But it's like, it didn't do anything for me. There was no redemption here. There's no good. It's like, no thanks. It was just fucking bleak, and I didn't like it. I like Black Swan a lot. I love The Wrestler. I didn't like the Hugh Jackman one. What is that? The Fountain?
I've never seen that one.
The one, I didn't like that one. Even though, like I said, I like Hugh Jackman and I like the actors that were in it. So, but I have no interest in seeing anyone with Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's a shit actress. I think she's overrated.
I'm fucking just indifferent to her completely.
She's overrated and she's overpaid and she's just fucking stupid. And she ruins the X-Men movies. God, she's so fucking bad in those, man.
Isn't she the blue chick in there?
Yeah, she's Mystique. She got cast as Mystique in X-Men First Class before she blew up. Yeah. And she had signed like a contract, right? A 3-picture deal. And then lucky for Fox, she fucking blew up right after the first X-Men movie came out.
What made her blow up?
Hunger Games.
Oh.
And so now Fox was in a situation where we got her for a 3-picture deal. We're going to fucking force her in front of everybody. She's the star now. And they did. Like, the second one, she was a main plot point. She's fucking Mystique. She shouldn't be. She's a side character, for God's sakes. But they tried to make her the star. And in the newest one, same thing. And they were bending to her will. And the third one, she phoned it in. It was the worst. Like, she didn't give a shit. She wanted out of her contract. She's too good for it now. And the third one, man, she didn't act like she wanted to be there. Every scene was so fucking dull and fucking she just rolled onto set and was reading off a cue card. It's so fucking horrible. I'm like, why don't you act like you're getting paid $20 million, you dumb cunt?
You're making that much money, man.
And then she was like, and she was in this contract. And for the third X-Men, she's like, I don't like getting in that makeup. It takes me forever. I don't like it. I'm like, you dumb bitch. You're getting paid so much fucking money. Get in your fucking makeup. Are you that big of a prima donna? And they bend to her will. So in the third movie that she was contracted to, X-Men Apocalypse, shit movie, by the way, she was only in her makeup for like half a second. And they did it to where she didn't have to be in her makeup the whole movie. So she's walking around Jennifer Lawrence.
I'm like, God.
You let this prima donna bitch, you make her the star of your movie, and she doesn't give a shit about it. She's been very vocal in the press that she doesn't give a shit about it, and she's like, I'm not going to wear the fucking makeup that makes me this character anymore. It's like, this is fucking stupid. I say to fucking hell with her, man. It's just like, it's horrible.
The only thing I've ever seen of her, like, not in, I don't think I've seen fucking more than like one movie with her in it, but I remember that thing where like she was doing a press conference or something, and somebody was like asking her a question. And she's like, get off your phone, man. And it turned out like he was translating it from his phone because he didn't speak English or something. Like, you idiot. Yeah.
I saw that. She's a dumb prima donna bitch. And, oh man, case in point, the movie that's really good, Days of Future Past, that one's really good, which I have those in the Vudu if you ever care to. But that one's really good. And on the front, you have all the like X-Men, different pictures in the cover. Of course, they got Hugh Jackman really giant on the front, but right next to her, just as big as her and Jennifer Lawrence. I'm like, fuck Jennifer Lawrence. She has nothing. She's such a small part of everything, but they have to put her on the front. And then they reissued all the movies with alternate covers, and literally, like if you go to the store now and you try and look up X-Men Days of Future Past, it's just her face. And it's when I uploaded it to Vudu, my digital copy, that's the cover you see. It just says X-Men Days of Future Past, and it's Jennifer Lawrence's face blown up on the front. That's it. Like, wow, this is unattractive as shit. I do not want to watch this movie anymore. But anyway,
it's got to be just her face, because if you show her getting like held by a villain, it's sexist.
Yeah.
Rose McGowan.
I remember that.
Is that the movie Rose McGowan cried about because of that?
Yeah, because for the X-Men Apocalypse, that was the billboard with the apocalypse creature holding her by the neck, because that happens in the movie, and they're like, what the fuck?
So they literally it's her there because they wanted to sell her. So it would have been one of the male characters if it wasn't her. So,
but it also sells the fact that we're supposed to fear the namesake of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. He's a fucking villain.
Yeah, it's like, let's really sell it. It's so fucking stupid, man. But we've gotten way off topic of it, haven't we?
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's another thing that I wanted to say about it that I forgot.
Do you think they're gonna? Well, I mean, I guess they'll actually market the next movie as It Chapter 2, because I noticed that. I'm like, so this movie's just called It. So we're gonna have It on the store shelves, and right next to it, we're gonna have It Chapter 2. It's not gonna say Chapter 1.
It'll probably on Blu-ray. They'll probably just put Chapter 1 on the title.
I'm sure they will, because they put Chapter 1 at the end when the credits start rolling. It goes It Chapter 1.
I'm actually looking forward to watching this again now.
Yeah. The whole time I was wishing I could watch it in my bedroom on my big 4K.
Yeah, that was one of the. That's always better because I had to fucking fart through the whole movie and I was holding it in. And I was strategically trying to fart whenever the movie was loud, but every time it got loud, it wasn't in there because it kept coming in waves.
That'd be so funny if like you timed it horribly and you thought it was a big like loud scene. It was, and it cut off and farted right when it cut off. That'd have been funny, man. But anyway, final score. What do you get it? You change your mind about it? I think right now I can give it like, I think a 7's a good score. I think it's a solid score.
I'm still I'm definitely feeling a 6, maybe a 7, 6 at least till I watch it again.
It's the only way it's a solid. It was a good experience. I'd say it's worth going to see in the theaters, especially with a lot of people. It's one of those movies where, it's kind of fun to see people scream and little kids fucking shit themselves. But I think the only way it's going to get higher than a 7 or whatever is we'll find out if it has longevity. We can watch it more than once and how it sits, especially the second time. So, a lot of movies, I think a 7 for a first time watch is almost as good as most movies are going to get, right out the gate. Mm-hmm. I think the rest of it is kind of earned in time. But anyway, let us know what you thought about it. And, let us know if you agree with us, if there's anything we missed. We always like being told off and showed up. So, and be sure to, if you guys will listen to this on YouTube, we love the hell out of you, but also know that we're on iTunes as well and Stitcher. If you guys are Android users, you can download Stitcher there. Or I think you can download it on Apple products as well, but we're also on iTunes. That's where you're going to be able to find the unedited, unfiltered versions of the podcast, right? We can have more fun. We can say certain things and we're not going to get flagged by Google on YouTube. But if Google's your thing, that's great. Follow us, like the videos, as stupid as I sound saying that, like them. I guess it helps, populate shit. And share us with your friends. And if you do go to iTunes, if you guys are, so nice to do it, leave us 5-star ratings, leave us good feedback on Stitcher, et cetera, et cetera. Share us with your friends there as well. The whole 9 yards. We're on social media. We're everywhere. Revivalhouse.net, all that good stuff. And also,
feel free to ask us questions.
Yeah, ask us. We never ask really to ask questions. We just ask for recommendations, which we get those a lot, which for our commentaries and things like that, which, by the way, we got tons of commentaries. We just a few weeks ago did the original It miniseries commentary. We split it into part 1 and part 2. Those are up on YouTube and iTunes and Stitcher and all that. So yeah, keep the requests. You want us to cover movies, we'll do it. And ask us questions. That's a good point, and we will address them. I promise you. Anything you ask, even if it's like humiliating, I don't give a shit. I'll answer it just to entertain you guys. That's it. And I want to promote Zach's podcast as well. His other podcast, Mac and Zach Save the World. Why don't you tell them all where you guys can find that?
mazstw.com.
That's right. And they just did a Child's Play 3 commentary, I believe, which is pretty succulent. So, but that's all I got for now. Do you have any final words, Zach? Any final requests?
That's all I got, man.
All right.
Definitely recommend the movie. Check it out if you're interested.
Yeah, definitely worth a watch, man. And to be honest with you, I probably will buy it when it comes out.
I probably will too. Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll have like a collector's steelbook. I'm sure Best Buy will put out a steelbook that's, collectors that'll sell out and I'll have to have it. It's good enough to where I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt that I'll like it enough to where to buy it, right? And if it wasn't already an established story like the Stephen King thing and the It thing, I probably wouldn't, but this one gets a little bit of a pass. But anyway, that's all I got. I'm Aaron, and you're Zach, right? I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Awesome. Good to know. We'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye, puppets. Awesome. Good to know. We'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye, puppets.
Is that like your new sign off?
It's my new sign-off. I wish I had it from day one now. I wonder how many people will get that. Like, bye-bye, puppets. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.